Yes, dear student, the heading is electromagnetic induction. Actually, this is another diagram. I will discuss later on. I told you earlier also that electricity and magnetism were known more than before 2000 BC, but they were supposed to be independent of each other, and there was found no relation between them for a long time. Electricity and magnetism were supposed were taken independent and unrelated phenomena. But in 19th century, ORSC discovered that we can produce magnetism by a conductor, current carrying conductor, and then work was in process. After ORSC discovery in 1820, Oersted discovered magnetic effect of current. At the same time, nearly Faraday thought converse of this. That is, we can produce magnetic field with the help of we can produce current with the help of conductor magnetic field. This was proposed by Faraday. Then I want to tell you first of all, because many students ask me what is the meaning of electromagnetic induction. So the process of generating electromotive force or electric current. You can say also electric current with the help of conductor and magnet or magnetic field. Is called electromagnetic induction. Electromagnetic induction is the process of generating EMF or electric current with the help of magnet and conductor. This was proposed by Faraday. I told just now that for a long time electricity and magnetism were supposed to be unrelated phenomena. But in 1820, ORSC discovered magnetic current. Then Faraday. So here Faraday was there who proposed that if we can produce magnetic field with the help of conductor and current, so we should be able to do the reverse, that is, we should be able to produce current with the help of magnetic conductor. So here Faraday's experiment. After a long time of his thought, Faraday was able to generate current, and when he made this public case, we can produce current with the help of conductor magnet. People ask him then what happens, let it be, what is the use of this? Then Faraday answered, what is the meaning of newborn baby होता है तो वो कुछ भी नहीं करता शुरू में. The same way when he discovered, he made this discovery, he was able to produce current with the help of magnet and conductor. He was not appreciated. But now, can you think life will be possible without current? How do we generate current? You have learned generator. Right? We generate electricity from water dam. We generate electricity from with the help of thermal energy, etc. We are talking here online working is going on because of this discovery. So in one experiment, there may be different experiments in book, but basic theme of the address is this. He had a magnet and a conducting loop of copper conducting loop of many turns, and you can take single turn also. Actually, by increasing turn, you get current increased. This is galvanometer. So when magnet was moved towards the loop, there was deflection in galvanometer. Faraday noted that when we move the magnet towards the loop, deflection is there in one direction, but when we take it away, deflection is in another direction. But if we make them stationary, then no deflection. So Faraday told that till there is relative motion between the two, and there is current in the coil, induced current. So this phenomena was discovered this way. You can have in place of magnet. I told you the generation of EMF or current with the help of conductor or magnetic field. You have learned so many sources of magnetic field in last chapter. So Faraday experiment was simple. This one, okay, when we move a magnet or we place a current carrying loop in varying magnetic field. अगर हमने लूप कोई लूप भी है और यहाँ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड बदलता keep on changing magnitude direction, then there will be again deflection. There are many ultimate cause का है when field changes, magnetic field line changes and hence magnetic flux changes, and change of magnetic flux causes the induced EMF. This was explained by Newman. When we bring the magnet close to loop, then field line increases, the flux increases. When we take it away, field line decreases and flux changes, and change in flux causes EMF induced. Now, this is one simple explanation. Now I come to laws of electromagnetic induction. Laws of electromagnetic induction. In my whole life, I read so many books, and I got so many things from the book, but so many things wrongly written. You may surprise. I had to face public discussing, criticizing each other. Actually, I had been teacher in CBSE school, a very good school there, and I never found any school like that. Students were good, parents were good, admission was good, everything was good there. But people keep on criticizing us. So there are only two laws. In our standard book, it has written as Faraday laws. Faraday की 2-3 law बना दिए लोगों ने. In fact, there are two laws. Only one is Faraday law. One is Faraday law. Sorry, Faraday's law. Faraday's law है तो. दूसरा है Lenz law. You may conflict with me. Actually, in books, Faraday law are given two laws. I'm telling there are two laws only. Faraday law gives the magnitude of induced EMF. Lenz law is there to give the direction of induced EMF. So what is Faraday law? First of all, Faraday law. Faraday's law. Please don't miss any sentence or any word of this statement of this law. According to Faraday, according to Faraday, whenever there is change of magnetic flux linked with a closed circuit, or what I am going to write here is not written in the books, or a conductor moves in magnetic field cutting the magnetic field lines, then an EMF is induced across the ends of closed circuit or across the ends of क्या भाई conductor, as revealed by experiment wherever the change of magnetic flux, the same thing is there, but this thing conductor moves cutting the field line. This is very important, but directly they are not written. Then further, how much the EMF induced? The magnitude of induced EMF is equal to the change in magnetic flux per unit time. Actually, in books it is the rate of change of magnetic flux. Flux may change with distance also, so that is not there. So we should directly write change in flux per unit time. So if delta phi be the change in magnetic flux in time interval delta t, then average induced EMF, then magnitude of average induced EMF is given by modulus E. I write modulus here. Bar for average is equal to delta phi upon delta T. If the circuit contains n turn of conducting wire, then modulus E will be n delta phi upon delta T. And instantaneous value of EMF. Why I have written average? Because the change may not be constant throughout the interval. You will find later on that change is not constant and instantaneous wave is given by limit delta T tending to 0 and delta phi upon delta T, or we write as n d phi over dt. What is n here? What is n? N equal to number of turns in closed circuit. So this is Faraday law. If phi is in Weber, time t in second. If phi is in Weber, time t in second. If phi means magnetic flux is taken in Weber and time t in seconds, then EMF induced or induced EMF, then induced EMF will be in volt. So this is Faraday law, which tells you that magnitude of induced EMF is equal to change in flux per unit time. Delta phi upon delta. Don't call it as rate of change of flux. With respect, change in flux. Whole piece is unitary method. If you understand unitary method, then you can understand physics easily. Now Lenz law क्या करता है? It's important. Second is Lenz law. Actually, we will keep on breaking all these in 2 or 3 topics. So what is Lenz law? Dear student, lot of confusion is there because we read the books, different authors write different ways which they have learned. But what is Lenz law? It is basic law. Basic law to find the direction of induced EMF or induced current. This is a universal law basically. Everywhere will be applied. In books somewhere you are given right hand thumb rule, palm rule, पता नहीं क्या क्या लिखा. They are unnecessary. No use of them. तो क्या कहते हैं लोग? According to this law. According to this law, direction of induced EMF or induced current is such that it means current or induced EMF. It opposes the cause by virtue of which it is produced. The direction of current or induction says that it opposes the cause by virtue it is produced. हिंदी में कह सकते हैं जिसके कारण पैदा होता है उस कारण का ही विरोध करता है इंड्यूस करंट है भाई. Applying Lenz law to Faraday, we can write E is equal to minus n d phi over dt. And remember, Lenz law is the consequence of, ये भी मैं लिखता हूँ यहाँ पर लाइन, Lenz law is a direct consequence of law of conservation of energy. Video has become a little longer because of continuity. I had to make something because if I will be using other video, then it will be just discontinue and there will be difficulty in understanding. So I told you that there are only two laws of electromagnetic induction, one Faraday law, other Lenz law. I will be discussing in the next video how the Lenz law is that consequence of law of energy and so many other things.